Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Krishnamurthy, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Chemistry, JSS Arts, Science and Commerce College, Gokak. Last class, we learned about the properties of ionic compounds, factors favoring the formation of ionic compound or ionic bond, lattice energy and its applications, then Born-Lange equation. Today, we discussed about Born-Haber cycle, Born-Haber cycle for the formation of sodium chloride crystal, applications of Born-Haber cycle, and problems on lattice energy. This is very important concept in the point of examination, Born-Haber cycle. So now we'll discuss about what is mean by Born-Haber cycle. What is Born-Haber cycle? So lattice energy cannot be determined directly. Therefore, a cyclic process was developed by a scientist Born and Haber in 1919. Now it is called Born-Haber cycle. It is used to calculate the lattice energy of an ionic crystal from various thermodynamic data. According to Born-Haber cycle, an ionic crystal may be formed either by direct combination of the elements or by indirect process involving the following steps. These are the three very important steps. One is the reacting species are converted into gaseous state. That is the first state. The reacting species are converted into gaseous state. Second one, the gaseous atoms are converted into ions. And third one, the gaseous ions combine to form an ionic compounds. These are the steps involved for the formation of ionic crystal or ionic compound. So next, a very well-known example, that is formation of sodium chloride crystal by Born-Haber cycle. So the Born-Haber cycle for the formation of sodium crystal can be represented as follows. For direct formation, it is formed by the combination of sodium and chloride as follows. Sodium reacts with chlorine molecule to form sodium chloride solid. The enthalpy of formation, the value is minus 399.5 kilojoule per mole. This is the direct formation. Sodium reacts with chlorine to form sodium chloride. The indirect formation involves the following five steps. This is very important. Step 1, it is conversion of metallic sodium atom into gaseous sodium atom. This conversion is called sublimation. So sublimation nothing but conversion of atom into gaseous atom. Here sodium atom, metallic sodium atom is converted into gaseous sodium atom. So it is an endothermic reaction. This is enthalpy of sublimation or heat of sublimation, that is equal to plus 108 kilojoule per mole. This is the first step. So step 1 is sublimation. Next, step 2, it is ionization. In this conversion of gaseous sodium atom into gaseous sodium ion. So gaseous sodium atom is converted into gaseous sodium ion by losing electron. This is called ionization energy. So it is also endothermic reaction. The enthalpy of ionization energy is equal to plus 496 kilojoule per mole. So next step, step 3, dissociation. That is conversion of chlorine molecule into gaseous chlorine atom. So chlorine molecule converted into gaseous chlorine atom. This is dissociation reaction. So enthalpy of dissociation is equal to plus 121.5 kilojoule per mole. So here a mole of gaseous chlorine molecule is dissociated into gaseous chlorine atom. Next step, step 4, electron affinity. Here conversion of chlorine atom, gaseous chlorine atom into gaseous chloride ion. How chloride ion is formed? By gain one electron which is lost by sodium. This electron attracts chlorine to form chloride ion. This is enthalpy of electron affinity. The value is minus 355 kilojoule per mole. And the last step, step 5 is formation of sodium chloride. Here sodium ion is formed, chloride ion is formed. Sodium ion and chloride ions combine together to form 1 mole of solid sodium chloride. Sodium ion, that is cation, combine with chloride ion, anion, to form a solid sodium chloride, that is ionic compound. The lattice energy, that is represented capital U. So the attractive forces between sodium ion and chloride ions operate, and hence energy of the system is decreased. That is, this reaction is accompanied the release of energy. So that is called lattice energy. It is represented as capital U. It is lattice energy of sodium chloride. We already know what is meant by lattice energy. The Born-Haber cycle is mainly based on the Hess law. According to Hess law, enthalpy change taking place is the same whether the reaction takes place in one step or in a number of steps. Once again, Hess law states that the enthalpy change taking place is the same whether the reaction takes place in one step or in a number of steps. So, sum of all these energies will be the heat of formation of sodium chloride crystals. Therefore, we can write the enthalpy of formation of sodium chloride crystal is equal to enthalpy of sublimation, the sum of enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization energy, enthalpy of dissociation, enthalpy of electron affinity, and lattice energy. This is the formula. By applying the values, by substitute the values of these enthalpies, finally you get the lattice energy of sodium chloride. Here the lattice energy of sodium chloride is minus 770 kilojoule per mole. So the Born-Haber cycle diagrammatically representation, the formation of 1 mole of crystalline sodium chloride. It involves two processes, as we know. One is direct formation, another is indirect formation. In direct formation, sodium reacts with chlorine to form sodium chloride. This is direct formation. For indirect formation, we already know it involves 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 and last 5. In first step, what happened? Sodium converted into gaseous sodium atom. This is enthalpy of sublimation. Next, gaseous sodium atom converted into sodium ion. This is enthalpy of ionization energy. In case of chlorine, chlorine is converted into gaseous chlorine atom. This is enthalpy of dissociation. Next, this chlorine atom converted into chloride ion. This is electron affinity. Finally, these two ions, oppositely charged ions, sodium ion and chloride ion, combine together to form a solid sodium chloride compound or ionic crystal, the amount of energy released, that is called lattice energy. This is the diagrammatically representation of Bohr-Haber cycle for the formation of sodium chloride crystal. Next, applications of Born-Haber cycle. As we know, ionic solids are stable compounds. The enthalpies required for the formation of the ionic molecules do not account for stability alone. These compounds also have additional stability because of the lattice energy present in its solid structure. The lattice energy present cannot be measured. Therefore, in order to determine and understand the idea of lattice energies of the ionic solids and calculation, Born-Haber cycle is used. It is very important. In order to determine and understand the idea of lattice energies of the ionic solids and calculation, Born-Haber cycle is used. So Born-Haber cycle, it is very useful to calculate the lattice energy. Next, some problems on lattice energy. First one, using the following data, calculate the lattice energy of Mx. This is general an ionic solid, ionic compound. So data is given, values are given, enthalpy of formation, that is minus 550 kilojoule per mole, enthalpy of sublimation 80 kilojoule per mole, enthalpy of ionization energy plus 374 kilojoule per mole, enthalpy of dissociation plus 77.5 kilojoule per mole, enthalpy of electron affinity minus 343 kilojoule per mole. This is given. By these values, we calculate lattice energy of this ionic compound Mx. So this is the formula. It is obtained by the Born-Haber cycle. So enthalpy of formation of Mx is equal to enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization energy, enthalpy of dissociation, enthalpy of electron affinity and lattice energy. These all values are given. Only we have to calculate lattice energy. Therefore, U is equal to, substitute the values given. After calculating, finally we get the value minus 738.5 kilojoule per mole. This is the answer. That is, lattice energy of Mx, that is U, is equal to minus 738.5 kilojoule per mole. Next example, very similar example. Using the following data, calculate the lattice energy of potassium iodide. So potassium iodide ionic crystal. So that the data is given. It is very similar to previous problem. So this is the formula. For calculating lattice energy, we substitute the given values. And after calculation, finally, we get the answer. So lattice energy of potassium iodide is equal to minus 643.9 kilojoule per mole. This is the calculation of lattice energy of potassium iodide. Next, some more problems. Calculate the electron affinity of bromine from the data given for potassium bromide. We also calculate not only lattice energy, we can also calculate electron affinity, ionization energy, enthalpy of formation by using this formula. In this question, we have to calculate the electron affinity of bromine. Other values are given. Enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of dissociation, enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization energy, and also lattice energy also given. So we have to calculate the enthalpy of electron affinity from, as we know the equation or formula, substitute these values, finally you get the correct answer. The lattice energy of potassium iodide is equal to minus 324.7 kilojoule per mole. One more problem. Calculate ionization energy of potassium from the following data. Here we have to calculate ionization energy by using these values. These values are given. So substitute these values in the Born-Haber cycle formula or equation. Finally we get enthalpy of ionization is equal to 419 kilojoule per mole. So from this we can calculate lattice energy, electron affinity, ionization energy, enthalpy of formation by using Born-Haber cycle. So in this class we study about Born-Haber cycle, what is Born-Haber cycle, and Born-Haber cycle for the formation of sodium chloride crystal, that is what are the steps involved, and the applications of Born-Haber cycle, and finally we calculate some problems based on lattice energy. Thank you.